Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It's the weekend, so let's do the whole doggone thing. Saturday, the 27th of August. First of all, Heidi's birthday, which is awesome.
Yes, it is.
It's also National Just Because Day and National Pots de Creme Day.
Pots de Creme.
Mm-hmm. And then August 28th, Sunday, is National Bow Tie Day. National Cherry Turnovers Day. That sounds pretty doggone good. National Power Rangers Day. National Red Wine Day. Oh, Heidi, you're off by one day. National Thoughtful Day and Rainbow Bridge Remembrance Day.
Oh,
yeah.
the lost puppy.
Yes, and Heidi was asking about Pots de Creme. What is Pots de Creme, you might ask? It's a delicious French dessert. It's a loose French custard dating back to the 17th century. So, I think that sounds good.
Custard.
Yeah, something like that. And I got a guest joining me this weekend. Go ahead and ask me who.
Who's the guest, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Mara Grunbaum is my guest. She's the author of a new book called Breakdown from Nat Geo Kids. It looks like an awesome book. I'm excited to chat with her coming up.
What can I say that I haven't already said about bettercreditcards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At bettercreditcards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. A new study claims to have determined how many minutes of exercise each week could help you live longer. Research published in Circulation, the American Heart Association's scientific journal. Oh, that's a good name for a thing from them, Circulation.
It is.
Because, the heart circulates
and it's being
blood.
circulated.
Yeah, I love it.
I
Found that people who went above and beyond the minimum guidelines of 150 to 300 minutes of moderate physical activity per week had a lower risk of premature mortality. Researchers show those who work out 2 to 4 times above the moderate physical activity recommendations, 300 to 600 minutes, saw the most benefit. Those who exercise that much have a 27% lower risk of mortality. So,
all right.
300 to 600 minutes per week. That means I am only off by, let me check here, 300 to 600 minutes a week is all I'm off by.
Not lately, actually.
No, I've been... And I can feel it. My shoulders are sore. My legs. We've been remodeling a house, and it's been a lot of work.
And we can feel it.
Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know? It's not exactly American Idol, but votes are in, and America has chosen the winner. Emmett Bailey, 8-year-old kid from Wisconsin, announced last weekend the kids' division winner of the USA Mullet Championships.
What championship?
The USA Mullet Championships.
Oh, mullet.
Yeah, what started with 600.
Didn't we just talk about this?
We talked about it off the air because I was saying, hey, check out his hair. And I'm telling people on the radio about it here. So what started with 688 contestants, then down to the top 25 finest mullets in the nation, finally got down to one champion, Bailey. 9,896 votes, took home $2,500 in cash. Caden Crenshaw from Wisconsin won teens division, 3,215 votes. Registration for the open mullet division is still open through Wednesday. Contestants must be at least 19 and submit 3 profile pics of themselves showing off their mullet. There's a $10 fee to enter, and half of that is donated to the Michigan Wig Foundation for Kids.
Oh, that's nice.
If you want to know more, their website is mulletchamp.com. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. History was made last weekend with the debut of House of the Dragon. The Game of Thrones prequel drew 9.99 million viewers across their linear and HBO Max platforms. So that's both HBO and HBO Max.
Sure.
That was 1 week ago. It was last Sunday. The largest audience for any new original series in the history of pay cable.
Wow.
Ever. Best series launched to date on HBO Max in the USA, Latin America, Europe, Middle East, Africa, everywhere. Even topped the Game of Thrones 2011 premiere by 350%.
Wow.
So
that's
what
impressive.
I'm saying is it was pretty good for them. We actually had a guest from House of Dragon last week. So we're on a cutting edge, Heidi. I'd say some of the people that tuned in probably because the John and Heidi show bump. I'm just saying. Maybe not.
Could be.
Ryan Gosling is in talks to join Margot Robbie once again. They just teamed up for Barbie. He was Ken. She was Barbie in the Barbie movie. Now they're looking at a new Ocean's 11 movie. All of the details on this story and the previous one in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. Some of the fun, weird foods available at Toronto, Canada National Exhibitions going on through September 5th. I got this sent over to me, and there's some interesting things. I didn't know where else to put it. I thought, how about right here? A 10-inch giant mozzarella stick.
Oh.
So you like mozzarella sticks.
I do.
This one's a giant mozzarella stick for the ultimate cheese lover. Stretches out to a length of a few feet when you pull it, but it's 10 inches when they hand it to you.
So
And
10 inches in diameter or 10
in
inches
length.
long?
Yeah, in diameter. How big do you think this thing is?
Well, it's not giant then.
It is too.
I mean,
10
it's
inch.
bigger, but
Yeah, it's a big mozzarella stick.
what's the diameter?
I don't
If
know.
you want to impress me,
I don't know.
I need to know.
I don't
girth.
know all of the details. Next on the list here of interesting foods, deep fried Snickers. It's the familiar snack coated in a pancake batter and deep fried. I have to tell you, I've actually tried this. And I asked them, this wasn't at that event, at a different event. I said, how do you do this? And I thought it was fascinating. They take a Snickers bar, at least this group that did the one I had. They poke a stick into it, and then they put it in the freezer. Mm-hmm. And then when it's time, they pull these out of the freezer. They're frozen. They dip them in the batter, and then they fry them. And then the inside is kind of gooey, and the outside is fried, and it's just kind of good, actually. Next on the list of weird foods that you find at the fair, mac and cheese cones. A twist on a Hungarian pastry cone comes stuffed with butternut, cashew, mac and cheese, crisp jalapenos, and pesto aioli. Or you could try the jerk mac and cheese with crispy plantains. Or I could just not. Croffles, a croissant waffle combination topped with fruit, ice cream, and things like tiramisu. Flamin' Hot Cheetos, smash burgers, and burritos. I see Flamin' Hot Cheetos on a lot of things lately.
Yeah.
You know where you won't find them? In my hand. Not interested. And finally, ketchup and mustard ice cream, mac and cheese lemonade, deep fried coffee, or perhaps you like the 2-foot-long taco, or the bacon ice cream sandwich. Yeah, all of those things are really available at Toronto, Canada National Exhibition, going on now through the 5th of September. All right. Scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Our guest today is Mara Grunbaum. She's the author of a new book, Breakdown. It's from Nat Geo Kids, and it looks like a really fun book. Mara, how long were you working on this thing?
Oh, my goodness. I think I started working on it in early 2019, I want to say, possibly a little earlier than that, and did a lot of research and a lot of writing, and I finished the writing and editing part in early 2020, and then a couple of things in the world broke down after that, and then putting the rest of the book together, the publisher putting the rest of the book together took another little while. So it's been at least 3 years at this point.
Again, the name of the book is Breakdown, but it's good to know how things break down because then you also learn how to put things back together, and it makes us all a whole lot smarter, doesn't it?
Yeah, totally. And the book covers a lot of examples of sort of things that naturally break down, like metal rusting or erosion on a landscape, or a whale that dies and falls to the bottom of the ocean and things decompose it and eat it. That stuff is normal. It's a fact of life. It's interesting to learn about, and it can be kind of, at least for me, kind of inspiring, things like the whale, to know that, at the end of its life, it is still useful to the rest of the world in some way and makes all this other life possible. And then even when things break down and go wrong that we don't want to, it's an important process to learn from. So there's something to be gained there as well.
And when we know how things break down, we can learn how to fix them in the future, or maybe even learn how to avoid them from breaking down. I'm reading about one of the things here, the Great Molasses Disaster of 1919.
Yeah, so this was really interesting. I did not know a ton about this before researching the book, but this was something that happened in Boston in 1919. There was this giant elevated vat of molasses, which was a common sweetener that was imported at the time, and they were storing it to make into whatever. And it was in this giant storage tank that it turned out was not built very well, but no one was really paying attention. And it got a little warm, and the molasses expanded and fermented and produced some gases and pressed down. There were, something like 12,000 tons of it in this tank. And the tank broke, and the molasses flooded the street, made a tidal wave more than 15 to 20 feet high. And people died, and more than 150 people were injured, and it was horrible, and nobody expected this from this tank of molasses. But as a result, the subsequent investigation into what happened found all these problems that, they, to save some money, used metal rivets on the tank that were less strong than they should have been. They put a doorway in the tank so workers could get into it, but they put it in kind of a bad place from an engineering perspective. The tank as a whole just wasn't strong enough to hold this giant weight of molasses, which the more you fill it up, the greater the pressure on the bottom of the tank gets. Yeah. And so this really bizarre disaster actually led to a bunch of new rules being made. It turned out engineers hadn't even signed off on this tank. The company just built it and said, seems fine.
Yeah, good.
But
it wasn't.
It actually started leaking molasses, and they just painted it brown so no one would see.
Oh.
So as a result of this, authorities got together and said, maybe we should make some rules.
Yeah.
So a lot of rules were put into place after that about, okay, you need a licensed engineer to sign off on things. And, authorities have to double check your calculations. And, we're going to put some things in place so that hopefully we don't get flooded with molasses again.
Now, that might not be a fun story, but there's a lot of really fun things in the book. And if I would like to get a copy of the new book, Breakdown, where would I go to find this, Mara?
It should be anywhere you find books, online, at the local bookstore, at the library, wherever you normally go.
Awesome. Again, it's called Breakdown. Our guest is the author, Mara Grunbaum. Mara, thanks for your time today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I will make it really easy for you to find the book. Again, it's called Breakdown. It is available right now. I have a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
What can I say that I haven't already said about bettercreditcards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At bettercreditcards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
One of the traits of intelligent people is being easily annoyed by others, but saying nothing in order to avoid a meaningless argument. Oh, if you only knew how many times that happened. I mean, all the time. I mean, every day. I mean, not to you, Heidi. I mean, to other Just saying. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Like humans, ants spend only about 1/5 of their day working. So you see them working all the time. That's just when they're working. The rest of the time, they're sitting around watching TV. Probably not. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
If you point your car fob to your head, it increases the signal range. So like if you can't quite get the range from, if you point it to your head and do it,
no way. They just want people looking like idiots walking down the
that
street.
would probably work. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The world's shortest escalator is at a mall in Japan. It has a vertical height of 2.8 inches. It's 5 steps, and it takes 8 seconds to get to the top.
Oh.
Wouldn't a ramp work there?
Right?
There you go. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile Question of the Day. Yay! It's brought to you by mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. A survey showed that we are most likely to do this on a Wednesday than any other day. What is it? I don't know why. It makes no sense to me.
Call in sick for work?
No, but close though. I suppose hit the snooze button.
Okay.
Yeah, which is kind of like, same kind of thing, similar kind of thing. Yeah, why would that be on a Wednesday? That just seems weird
because
to me.
you're halfway through the week, you're like, oh my gosh, are we still doing this?
Yeah, we're still doing it. Mint Mobile Question of the Day comes your way courtesy of mintervention.com.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year, we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by weirdgiftoftheday.com. Elon Musk has unveiled more details about his company's futuristic artificial intelligence robots. He says they will be able to perform our boring chores by the end of this year. Yeah. Standing about 5'8", Musk's Tesla bot could eliminate menial tasks and become a commonplace item in most households, taking care of things like cooking and cleaning, mowing grass, and general maintenance. But keep in mind, Musk is well known to make outlandish estimations on the actual release date of his technology. He said the bot would be able to carry 45 pounds, lift 150 pounds, and be able to run 5 miles per hour.
So if it can only carry 45, how can it lift 150?
Well, it can carry that much, but it can lift more if it needs to lift something up off the ground, whatever. I don't know. Musk said the machine is designed so humans can easily run away from and overpower them. So they're making them so they're not strong enough to hurt you. Okay, you've not seen me run.
If you're
Pretty sure he's
worried
gonna catch
about
me.
these things hurting you, maybe it's not a good
That's
idea.
why it's weird news, Heidi. Brought to you by weirdgiftoftheday.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list. I've got a whole list of things here, and I'm going to ask Heidi, tell me which came first, Starbucks or Star Wars? Which came first?
Star Wars.
No, Starbucks opened in 1971. Star
Are you
Wars.
kidding?
Yeah, Star Wars came out in 1977. What came
Wow.
first, Google or Yahoo?
That would be Yahoo.
Yes, 94, Google 98. What came first, the Titanic disaster or the Hindenburg disaster?
The Hindenburg.
No, Titanic was 1912, Hindenburg 1937. What came first, the X-Men or Fantastic Four?
I honestly couldn't even begin to guess.
Fantastic Four 1961, X-Men 1963. What came first, Kmart or Walmart?
Kmart.
Are you sure? It is correct. Kmart was incorporated in 1899. Walmart not until 1962, so it wasn't even close.
Right.
And finally, what came first, cell phones or GPS?
GPS.
No. Cell phones, 1973, Motorola came out with the first ever mobile cell phone. GPS didn't actually launch till 1978. There you go. Whole list of interesting things. You can play along if you like and ask your friends. I've got that whole list in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of insurancechicken.com. Our quote today from Alan Duns. Alan says, light travels faster than sound. This is why some people appear bright until you hear them speak. I love that. Isn't it great? Oh, it just makes me smile. Okay, I'm done smiling. That is your quote of the day. It does come your way courtesy of insurancechicken.com. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. And this, I think, is just an amazing, amazing story here. Dallas police officers distribute new shoes to kids who need them. I love this. Every summer, not just this one, but every summer, the Dallas, Texas Northwest Division Neighborhood Police Officer Unit provides shoes to hundreds of children.
That's so great.
In an under-resourced neighborhood before the school year starts through a thing called Share the Shoes program. This started in 2017. Police officers in the Northwest Dallas area noticed that children didn't have the proper footwear as they were heading back to school. Annual initiatives help build positive relations within the community and put a smile on the kid's face when they get a brand new pair of shoes.
Yeah.
This year, guess how many children got a brand new pair of shoes?
How many?
They gifted over 500 children with pairs of shoes. If my math is correct, that's over 1,000 shoes, Heidi.
that is correct.
They come in pairs. So that's
usually.
This year, Energy Transfer and Sunoco LP employees purchased new athletic shoes for over 520 children in total, over $10,000 worth of shoes. Over the last couple of weeks, employees and police officers visited 7 recreation centers, 2 apartment complexes as well, to distribute these new shoes. The energy service company wrote all of this on a Facebook post. So they're one of the sponsors that do this with the police department. And I think it's really cool that they're all stepping up and working together to do this. I think there are so many times there are positive stories like this that sadly don't get the attention they deserve.
Exactly, they don't get the attention they deserve.
That's why I love, we always end every program with good news, and I love doing that because I think it would be wonderful if all of the good things that happen in the world kind of got the front seat and all the bad things got the back seat.
I agree.
In a while. And I understand we can't sweep the bad things under the rug because, you know, that needs to be told as well. But boy, I think we give a lot more attention to that. And it's just
agree.
Sad. All right. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to The John and Heidi Show.